Hey guys, it's Ghybz, the who thinks she knows what she's doing, and this is the tea and things.
What?
For this, episode, I was just recording with my best friend on our podcast, and not cool. Like, so much technical difficulties. We might be doing it again some other day. But for this video, I've decided to eat snack because the last time I tried recording, which was years ago, or maybe just a year ago, I don't know. I just felt awkward because I didn't know what to do with my hands. So like, with the whole quarantine thing happening, no one's going out of their house. I've decided to start vlogging again, and I think quarantine period is the best time to reminisce about the days that we were still able to travel, you know, just to hurt ourselves from the beautiful memories. That is not likely gonna happen again anytime soon because we're all stuck at home. But hey, I've decided to talk about all my previous experiences traveling and all the mishaps and learnings that I have had from all those experiences, because I'm not the smartest traveler out there. A lot of crazy does happen when I go out of the country, and to be honest, me and my friends were not the type to be like traumatized by these experiences. We're just like, let's do it again. We just don't do our research when we go, you know. It's like, let's travel, let's cause some havoc, and let's just enjoy ourselves. So I've noted down some stuff just to remind me of like what stupid things I've done in the past. So in 2017 was the first time my friends and I decided to travel abroad, and we went to Malaysia and Singapore as backpackers. And we didn't have much. Obviously, we were always like tight on budget, and we like to keep it that way. Even if we say we can afford it, we'd rather not. So we only had like a few pesos on us. I was still living in Cebu back then, and the mishap was so disastrous. We went to Malaysia, and when we got there, we were like, oh my god, we can do a land trip to Singapore. There's a night bus that's like 7 hours travel time, which is enough time for us to sleep. So we opted for the night bus. Went here in Singapore, basically. So no research was done. We were just like, fuck it, let's wing it, let's go. There's gonna be this music festival in Malaysia. It's gonna be so cool. It was whack. Not the music festival, but the trip in general, because we totally forgot that the plug in Malaysia is different. They've got like 3 prongs, and our plugs are the same as US, which is like 2 prongs and flat. And so we were running on low battery. We just didn't know how to contact people and shit, so we ended up buying like a power bank and just roaming around the city, not even like looking at maps or whatever, because nothing was working for us. Our phones were dead. But that was cool, that was fun. We just went on random buses, and then when we'd see something interesting, we would get off the next stop, walk to where we want to go, and just get lost. So that was the number one learning for us. Buy yourself an international adapter. Just, yeah, it's an investment. If you guys are wondering, I'm eating Dairy Farmers. This is thick and creamy, classic vanilla. I am obsessed with it. It tastes like fucking ice cream, and you don't feel as guilty as eating regular ice cream, so y'all should try it. Also, I'm not being paid by them. I just really love their brand. Oh, and these are like organic chips. They're Luke's Organic Probiotic Sprouted Grain and Seed Tortilla Chips. And so we're picking out. That's what quarantine life is. Let me see what's next here. Credit cards are your best friend. When we got to Malaysia the second time around, like, because this is what happened. This is the crazy thing. As soon as we landed in Malaysia, we decided to head to Singapore because we went to Malaysia for a music festival, and the music festival wasn't until the day, like 2 days after. So we were like, yeah, let's just do something crazy and drop by a different country and just go back overnight. And that's what we did. When we got back to Malaysia, our Airbnb canceled. So we were like, where are we gonna stay now? We're broke as shit because we were backpacking. We were just lucky that one of my friend's cousin lives in Malaysia, so we crashed his crib. So there's that. But it would have been better if we all just had credit cards and then look for another place while we were waiting for the refund to happen from Airbnb. So there's that. What's this little safe? Whoop. That's my drawing of Manny. That's Manny. If you don't know who she is the muse of my podcast with my best friend. Y'all should check it out. It's Creepy Combos. Sorry. It's Creepy Conversations with Kalai and Gabby. Okay, fast forward to 2018. 2018, I was already living here. Some of my friends came in Jan for Laneway, and I know like this isn't really a travel experience for me, but it was still an event. Like, we went for a music festival, and I got like a really bad sunburn. Intense. I was in so much pain. My skin was like gross. Can you guys imagine like roasted tomatoes? They're black, charred, and wrinkly. It was close to that. My bad on that was I didn't realize that I'd be under the sun for so long in such heat, because that started at like noon until evening, like the event. And so imagine being under the sun for that long without sunscreen. Yeah. So I had to like drench myself in aloe vera because everything just hurt like fuck. So every time you got out of the house, even on a regular day, put on sunscreen. And then in July, I think, we went back to Malaysia again for the music festival. There's no learning from that, really. I don't think I've traveled much after that. Like, I just keep going home. You know, like, I go home twice a year at least. Sorry, that's at most. And I know I should be going back more often. Doesn't mean like it's just a 4-hour trip back. But, okay, 2019. 2019, I went to different places, like, a lot. I went to Indonesia in Jan, I went to Jakarta, and then in March I went to Batam. And that place just reminded me so much of home. I don't know, the similarities are uncanny. It's crazy. I'm not just saying like how the place looks like, but also the kinds of people that are there. It's like Filipinos, but they don't speak Filipino. Like, it's a slightly weird experience, because then I didn't really feel like I was actually traveling, because it just felt like home, you know, like Philippines. I did learn that Google Translate is your best friend in that place, because when they realize that you don't speak Bahasa, then they really don't want to talk to you. Like, they don't even make eye contact, or they don't even try. I think like 80 to 90% of the people there don't speak English, so there's really no communication happening there. That's why Google Translate or translation apps will help you through, like, get around Indonesia. And another thing, oh my god, crazy thing is, don't use Grab, Gojek, or like Uber. Oh, sorry, there's no Uber there. Don't use like the internet taxi apps because they are so against it. I mean, like, it's not illegal, but they would rather you go for regular taxis. Like, take a cab if you're there. My friend and I actually experienced it. We were trying to call our hotel cab, like our hotel driver, and this dude from the mall thought that we were hailing Grab or like Gojek. Then he starts harassing us and we're just like, oh my god, get away from us. And we're just like brisk walking away from this guy. We're like, man, just go away. Because we've already read in the forums that some people actually do beat you up for trying to call a taxi. And this also happens in Bali, which is weird because it's supposed to be like a tourist destination, but yeah, it also happens in Bali. Ironically, well, not really, because also Jakarta is the capital, but Jakarta is fine. Especially other areas of Indonesia, that's like weird. And then in April of that same year, like last year, I went to California. This is like the most fun I've had because I've met family, I've met friends, and like when I say I've met a family, these are like family relatives that I have not seen in almost 20 years. And if I was still living in the Philippines, I would never be able to afford to go and visit them. So that was like a really fun time for me. But it's still another mishap because I don't know, for some reason whenever I travel, it's just always like something has to go wrong. Like, I had no idea how arid the place was. Like, my skin was so dry, my lips were so chapped that they started to bleed. Like, in the middle of going out with friends, we had to stop by a pharmacy because I had to buy chapstick and Cetaphil just to moisturize. Because it was that bad that I had to keep applying those things because I would just bleed. And I actually had my skin broke. Like, I had scabs on my skin because it was so dry and everything. It was bad. It was just so bad. I didn't realize it would be that crazy. So moisturize when you're in a fucking cold country. Another thing is, like, you will not survive without a car. So you either have a car rental, like you have to drive, or like Uber and Lyft, because like you can't get anywhere without a car. Like, every place is so far, the place is so huge, and their commute is I'm sorry, it's not for pedestrians, just yeah, because the place is so big, you can't like just say, oh, I'm gonna walk this. Like, when are you gonna get there next year? And finally, I think the biggest issue I had was with the SIM, because SIM credits are so expensive. They only have like a minimum of a month, which is like $30. I was only there for like 10 days. It's just not a fair investment. So I would say, like, if you travel, buy a SIM, not the credits, and then have yourself a portable Wi-Fi. Because at least, like, after this trip, when you go somewhere else, you can still use it. And I think that's like a investment. So yeah, that's it basically. I hope you guys learned a bit about what to do when you travel based on the stupid what I didn't consider, but yeah. It's like a stupid video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.